What screams trashy parent? Not teaching your children basic hygiene. Never actually having your kid but making out to the world like you are parent of the year. Taking care of yourself before your child. I'm too broke for that, but I just spent hundreds of dollars on myself. Making empty promises to your children. Blaming your children for your own unhappiness. Letting their kid run amok in a store while paying them no mind. A woman ahead of me in line for a public sub was too busy on her phone to notice her kid was running around licking everything he could reach, picking up pickles and chips and soda cups, licking them. She occasionally yelled at his name without looking up from her phone, so of course he ignored her. Super annoying. Super trashy. Exploiting your kid for YouTube views. Exploiting your kid in general. Using the money that their parents gave them to take care of the baby to buy a PS4. Should have bought a PC. Smoking almost a full pack of cigarettes while being 32 weeks pregnant and a 2-year-old on your hip. Living in your boyfriend's parents' house. Putting off this awesome parent persona on social media but then completely being absent from the kids' lives. Where are your kids, Tara? I shouldn't be seeing you at the bar every freaking weekend night. Exchange I once witnessed on the bus between a 4-5-year-old and her mom. Mom, I'm thirsty. There, have some Coke. No, I want water. What? Why? Coke is much better. Why would you want water? My dad did this to me. He tried to force me to drink Sunny D too. He tried to ban me from drinking water. I knew of a kid that would crap her pants and then stuff both hands down her pants, then pull them out and show off her poop on her hands. Her mother would laugh it off and said they nicknamed her chocolate hands. I think she was just humiliated by her nasty little kid that she made. Or if she really thinks it's funny, then she in fact is a trashy parent. Crappy parent in my opinion. Verbally and or physically abusing your children in public. After witnessing some horrific parents brazenly screaming at and smacking their kids, I can't imagine what they subject those poor kiddos to in private. This one kills me. Was in Walmart the other day and a kid wasn't particularly paying attention to where he was walking and stepped in front of his mom. She raised her hand as if she was going to slap him and started screaming at him to stop being such a crap child. He wasn't even being a bad kid, he just wasn't being overly observant of where he was walking. Allowing your 12-year-old daughter to date a 22-year-old man and then allowing that grown-ass man to stay the night. Her mom apparently didn't care at all and it disgusted me to no end. When I was 14, my best friend at the time, also 14, had a 21-year-old boyfriend. He lived in her house and slept in her bed. Her mum was absolutely fine with it and I was the only one who thought it was inappropriate. Using their phones while ignoring their kid being a brat. Screaming parents. Thanking your friend's family for funding extracurricular activities for your children that you otherwise wouldn't be able to afford and then promptly posting a picture of your new tramp stamp on Facebook saying that getting tattoos might just be your new hobby. I know someone who has an already seriously overweight like 4-year-old, not sure of his actual age but he's under 5. She's overweight too. She never punishes him for anything he does, including beating the crap out of his sister. Gives in to his every demand so she doesn't have to hear him cry. Thinks it's hilarious that he cusses like a sailor. There are even videos on Facebook. He's her little pride and joy. Her other kids just get yelled at all the time for existing. It makes me so angry, but there's nothing I can do about it. At least my children are being raised better than this. That kid sounds like Dudley from Harry Potter. Chubby, violent, entitled, and the jewel of his deranged mother's eye. Kids with those rat tail haircuts, or kids that throw trash on the street. Not putting a jacket on your child when 1. It's cold outside. 2. You're wearing a jacket. And 3. Your kid is saying I'm cold. If I've asked my kids 10x to put on their coat, and they refuse each time, at some point we just have to leave the house. My own boys would do this all the time when they were little, including saying they're cold. I'd point out to them that if they are feeling cold, they should put on their coat. Again, they'd refuse. Letting your kid smoke your cigarettes. Edit. I kind of said this as a joke because I don't know anyone that would do this. After reading the replies, I'm quite disheartened. Epitome of trash. Cheetos for breakfast to a 5-year-old. I know a parent like this. Also Oreo bites and Taco Bell for dinner. Pageant moms. Was gonna say pregnant moms are kind of the whole idea. No child seat in car. Smoking in car while kids are in it. My time to shine. I have way too much experience on this topic. Smoking inside around your kids. Smoking weed around your kids. Accidentally dropping pills in the house with small children. Being addicted to pills. Moving in junkie friends who have been arrested for prostitution. Yelling that person can go suck a dong in front of your kids. Feeding kids fast food all the time. Not brushing hair. Getting food stamps and child support only to blow it on drugs. And also, more. Absentee parents taking credit and congratulating themselves, publicly of course, for their child's accomplishments. Butthole, that kid turned out alright in spite of you, not because of you. Screaming at kids continuously instead of working with them to solve the problem. There's nothing wrong with discipline, but if you just yell at your kids and then drink away your problems afterward instead of apologizing and resolving the issue at hand, you're not helping anything. Alternative spelling of what should be a straightforward name. Casey, go to bed. A few years ago a friend of mine saw another friend that we both knew but weren't super close with at the grocery store. She apparently had a son with her who was maybe 8 months old at the time and was dressed only in a diaper. At the time I was like, that's pretty strange, but didn't think much of it. Now that I have a baby myself, the thought of taking her out of the house without wearing any clothes, in a grocery store which can be very chilly, screams bad parent to me. My neighbors are the trashiest parents ever. The mother is constantly screaming at her kids. Literally constant. She tells them they're scumbags, worthless, etc. The father was standing on his porch yelling, my baby mama is a thief. Their teenage son has been fricked up to the point where he acts the same way. The mother and son are always throwing crap and slamming doors. I've never witnessed a trashier family. Yes, I've called the cops and I'm calling CPS tomorrow. I work in a liquor store, so I've seen some crap. If you're 7 months pregnant and come in for fireball shots every night, you're a crappy parent. I see that way too much. My child never does such things. Yelling at their kids as loud as their voices can go while in public. Defending their child's butthole behavior every time they get in trouble by their teachers. Leaving kids with grandma so they can go to the club at party all night with their friends. Bringing their kids to a store or a public event when it's late at night and obviously past their bedtime. Agreed with 1, 2, and 4. 3 can sometimes be a good release when you just need a unite, so long as you're not out doing stupid crap like hard drugs or breaking the law, that is. I know my parents have offered to watch our son every once in a while so we could have a date night and not worry about being home by 9. Something about the name Destiny just seems trashy. If you name your child Destiny too, then you probably don't have incentive to raise them. Selling their kids Christmas presents, things they bought themselves in order to fund their opioid addiction. Not being able, or willing, to discipline your own children because you are lazy, entitled help me, I'm an irresponsible single mom, and don't care, so they're out of control and inconveniencing others, and having loud intercourse, at 1 in the morning with the children present in the tiny apartment, sleeping but still, see Monday, source, my upstairs neighbor. Smoking in the middle of a kid-filled playground. That video of some kid reaching over to eat popcorn out of Prince Harry's tub. The mom just ignores it. It really irked me. As a parent I would have moved the child and had the we don't touch other people's stuff talk and apologized to him. Dipping into your rent child support bills to get hair nails done or newest gaming console. Letting your kid run around screaming, make messes and annoying people while acting like nothing is wrong. Allowing your 14-16-year-old to get a tattoo. Had a kindergarten kid at our school poop in the yard on the first day of school. I told him, hey buddy, when you need to poop, tell the duty person and she'll let you come inside to the bathroom. He looked puzzled and said, you want me to poop inside? Those parents could probably have used some parenting lessons. Yelling and swearing at your kids. Nothing trashier than when you see some parent going all come the F on I'm tired of this crap as their 10-year-old. You just know that kid got the short end. Relishing on the fact that their parents beat the crap out of them when kids and look I turned out so well. When they allow their child under the age of 5 to drink soda. I set that rule for my kids, oldest is 3, so many people have tried to give him soda. I have no idea what goes on in their minds. Just a couple hours ago at my job some lady comes in with her kid and is commanding him like a goddamn dog. Walk forward, bag, pick up, and so on. FFS, have some respect for your child and talk to them like they are a human being. Well, I saw a lady standing in front of the drive-through bank lanes at my bank. One hand she was holding a cardboard sign that I assume said something about hard times and being hungry, and in the other hand she was holding the arm of her son. I drove past her and into the bank line and watched her storm back to her car while jerking on her son's arm to hurry. Yes, she walked back to her car and got in the passenger side and her son got in the back seat and there was a male in the driver's seat. I'm assuming it's the father husband. What is more trashy than using your children to beg for money instead of just working? This sounds like an abuse situation to me. Dad sends out mom and the kid to panhandle because he doesn't want her to have a job. This way he can control her. I don't know. I could be completely off, but that's the kind of scenario that went through my mind. When you're poor but you have the newest video game console every year. To be fair, there is such a thing as layaway, buying second hand, or asking better off relatives for help. Now if they're specifically dipping into rent money or skipping on bills, that's another story. Not holding your kid's hand while crossing the road. Not having a car seat for your kid. You've been visited by the good sleep oinker. You will be blessed with cozy, restful sleeps, but only if you comment sleep tight porker. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.